and welcome to this Aries full moon happening October 9th, 2022. The potency is 3 days before and 3 days after. As we know, full moons illuminate, because it's a full moon, what's working and what's not working. It gives us the opportunity to celebrate what is working, to double down on the things that are working in our life, and to release what no longer serves us. We see, oh, hey, I've been doing that behavior, especially that now we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, who experienced some retrograde, me too. And I will say this, we're out of retrograde. We're still in retrograde. So there is a little confusion, even though we're having more clarity, maybe things are chucking along. What's good in Mercury retrograde is creativity, is connection, is sharing of ideas. Not a great time to like lock down the ideas. Now we're in the time to start locking down the ideas, to put the plans into actions, to commit to moving forward. That time was like, oh, let's try out some ideas. Let's ideate. Let's imagine. Let's come up. Let's paint the town red, as we did. And now it's, how do I integrate that into actuality, into tactical planning, into who and what I want to have this chapter of my life look like, whether that is the chapter of the 6-month cycle that this moon has, right? Our full moon, then we will have 6 months later, the partnering new moon. Mercury retrograde. I think I broke a cycle finally. As you all know, every time Mercury retrograde comes around, the past, I don't know, 3 years or so, all my exes, literally all my exes, slide into my DMs. And I would entertain that a little bit. And I allowed one back in. I went on a date with him, and it was clear. I was clear. This is no longer in alignment to who and what I say I am. And I finally cut that cord, broke that pattern. Now, who knows? We get to practice. We're not perfectionists. We're practicing. I'm lifting weights. I feel like I went up in weight class in this Mercury retrograde. So, hallelujah. And did you notice a pattern for you? Retrograde is coming back around. Did something come back around, a lesson that you get to reflect on? This is the opportunity to reflect on it and go, did I take on the lesson? Did I expand? Did I elevate? Did I do it again? Okay, like, no shame in that game, just noticing it. The opportunity is to notice it, because when we notice it, we can take action around it. All right, I haven't even gotten into the report. Here's the 5 things you need to know about this full moon in Aries. So again, we're in the retro shade. So we're still not sure what's happening next. We're in the kind of gnosis period of coming into sharpening. So don't feel like, I missed it or I'm behind. It's okay if it's unclear still. But the opportunity is to write that stuff down when you get a download. Like, it may be random. It may be like, I should start a garden, or I should go take a left here, or I should show up to this event, and write it down. Do it. Follow through on your nudges. See where it takes you. All right. Tune into what is in alignment. So I invited one of the women on fire this week to write down everything they do in their day. we do this time comparison exercise in Women on Fire, but it's a simple exercise. Is where I am spending my time in alignment to what I say I want? Am I spending all my time on social media and scrolling? I caught myself doing that a couple months ago where I was just scrolling and I was like really getting addicted to it. And I was like, that is not where I want to spend my time. So creating the awareness, just looking at where am I spending my time? Is it in alignment? As you're coming back out of this Mercury retrograde period, and we have all sorts of planets in retrograde. So there's a lot of review happening. So review where you're spending your time. Check yourself, boo. Is this in alignment with what I say I wanted? If not, okay, great. Awesome. I see that. And now choose differently. It's asking us to redo the shadow work. So again, reviewing, have I learned the lesson? What are the lessons that got brought up to me in this period? Because we're about to like get all this cleared out and skyrocket forward. So now is the time to tweak it. Do the little tweaky tweaks. Tune in Tokyo, tune in, turn the knobs, just tune them in a bit, clear up things. And this is number one. And how can we be patient with the unknown? Are we trying out a new area of our life? Maybe we're really good at our careers. We're really good doers. Who can relate to being a really good doer? I do all over the place. And what I am calling in is receiving, is my divine femininity, is love, is support. Asking for support. Can I be patient with the unknown? This is a new muscle I'm working. I'm working the muscles of my divine femininity, of opening my heart. It's a new territory. Deepen into what lights us up. This may trigger our workaholic or to solve a problem. Know that when we're doing this work, it may trigger what we know how to do, our doingness. So just notice if you find yourself avoiding doing a project around the house that you don't need to do, right? That you're just doing it to avoid, catch yourself. Like, yeah, there are things we need to do, obviously. I'm not saying don't do the things, but am I looking to solve a problem or into my workaholic behavior? Do not I'm gonna try that again. Do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Clean it up, fine tune. For those who were on Lionsgate, 8-8 Lionsgate, it's asking us to review what were we processing in that 8-8 Lionsgate. Go back to your journal, go back and reflect on the 8-8 Lionsgate. It's asking us to deepen our relationships and our manifestations. Okay, what do I want that relationship to look like? And then what? And then what? And then what? In our manifestations in the daily life, what does it look like to live in community, to live in having my successful business, my coaching business thriving? What does it look like to be have the balance of my family and my business? So niching it down to like, what do I wear every day? What is my process? Am I moving my body in a different way? Am I observing, in my process and stepping into this role? It's like having been such a doer that being with people is actually what I'm meant to be doing, not answering emails all the time. Right. And that's like a shift. So just noticing, like, what does my day look like? How does it feel to be in this chapter of my life? What I say I desire. Number 2, do not rush decisions. Do not rush decisions. Jupiter is our planet of abundance. And it's in retrograde. So give time to review your decisions. forced to make big decisions, it will be delayed. So if you're forced to make a big decision, it may get a delay. It's like Mercury retrograde, right? You may make a decision in it and you have to go back and kind of tweak it and fix it later. You may have to re-review the thing that you agreed upon in retrograde. So just know, this is the area of love, romance, abundance, and career. Period. Receive higher power answers from ancestors. So how can I be more patient to get those downloads from my angels, ancestors, spirit guides? Allow the ancestors, the answers to come. So is it sitting quietly? Is it waking up and taking just 5 minutes before I hop onto my phone or hop out of bed or take care of the kids or make breakfast or go work out or whatever your morning looks like? Is it taking 5 minutes to just sit with getting the answers? Helping you not be sloppy. This is the big shift. Beyond your wildest dreams. That's what's available right now. Be patient. Be patient in it. Change and uncertainty. Where am I overworking and avoiding? This is 100% the theme. Huge collective change. We're going through a collective change, not just on the individual level. It is the collective change, and it is happening over the next 4 months. So I find comfort in knowing, A, I'm not alone. B, it is a collective shift. As I sit and am patient, like impatience creates me having to do and redo things. And for us ones who want to be efficient and get to the finish line first, the opportunity to go like, or permission to be patient, knowing that it will give us the quantum leap over the next 4 months. Not a time to rush. Await the higher power. It is emotional breaking points. You're going to be tested, old lessons. You are being tested in order to prepare you for your manifestations, what you're calling in, or your breakthroughs, your level ups, where you are going. Write it down if you have any questions. Number 3, it is baby making time. Watch yourself. If you don't want to make a baby right now, cover yourself, because it's fertile for our visions, fertile for our bodies. It's also birthing a new part of ourselves. It is fertile to plant the seeds of the new me, who I am stepping into in this chapter. And you have choice in this. So by knowing this, you have all the power to choose what you want to birth into the world, what seeds you want to plant. This is the last push out the sacral chakra. This is so if you think of, and when you're envisioning, one of my coaches teaches me this, of like, feel like right in front of any of your chakras, but since we're activating the sacral chakra, if you just place your hand in front of it and swirl, I can feel the energy swirling. You can literally just swirl the energy and activate your chakra, whatever chakra. You can do any of your chakras, but we're talking sacral chakra at this time. So just notice, activate your sacral chakra. That is your sexuality. That is your magnetism as the divine feminine. You can attract anything and everything you want. So call it in. Here it is. So what do you want to birth? That's the question. That's what you are pondering in this full moon, this Aries full moon. What are you birthing in this season? Number 4, test dependent relationships. Tune into when you felt unsafe And who did you depend on? Are you feeding a shadow wound? This is the mother-father wound. It's activating relationships that we are dependent on, or that we feel like we should, not to should on ourselves, but should have been able to depend on, that maybe let us down. This is a growth opportunity. When we heal this, we are in the 360, right? We are sovereign beings, as we are no longer have the cord attachment of expectation, denial, needing forgiveness, the opportunity of forgiving ourselves and others in this wound. This is the growth opportunity. Are you feeding this wound, or are we cutting the cord? The keys of this, so the takeaway so far: patience, change, panic, fertility, career, last push into higher power. Don't know what that word is. Oh, patience, intimate relationships. Number 5, keep imagination bright. Change is coming. Use ease, patience, and grace. That's number 5. The tools in this period are Black-Eyed Susans, who anchor us in our escapism. It's also a tool of remembrance and abandonment. So maybe we were abandoned, bringing that back in to sovereign being, owning our power, reclaiming our power. If you've ever done the visioning of reclaiming all of the energy, sitting with yourself and just visioning all the relationships that you have in your life currently, or past relationships that you gave away your energy, and calling that energy back, like little pieces of you, the little pieces back into your heart, into your body. Maybe it's in your sex organs, maybe it's in your heart, maybe it's brain, maybe it's your voice. Calling those back is a good meditation to do right now. And also another flower to use is the pink money flower, which is expressing love to self, others. It's also birthing. Talk to the plants at this time. Go talk to plants. And last but not least is yarrow, using yarrow. I use yarrow in protection when I'm doing certain ceremonies. Yarrow is also good for ancestral healing, as we're opening ourselves up to receive downloads that we're being patient for. Yarrow is a good tool for that. All right, those are the 5 things you need to know about this full moon in Aries.